Jack Shabrowski. Let's talk about entrepreneurs and the skills it takes to be a successful entrepreneur. There's a famous quote by Peter Drucker that marketing is so basic that it is not simply a function of business, it is the whole business seen from the point of view of its final result, that is, the customer's point of view. My version of that quote is great entrepreneurs must have the ability to look at a business from the view of its final arbiter, the customer's point of view. So, whether you're a marketer or an entrepreneur, you really have to be able to look at the business from the customer's point of view. After all, they'll decide whether or not you're successful. The skills needed to be a successful entrepreneur. Let's go through this list. I think it's an interesting and entertaining list. You'll notice, by the way, in the background here, I have three famous entrepreneurs, and as I looked at them today, I didn't realize that they all have some level of controversy associated with them. So I think it's sort of funny that they are three of our very traditional entrepreneurs, but they all seem to have funny backgrounds. Of course, let's start with the idea of entrepreneurs needing to be creative. And of course, the point here is that entrepreneurs need to have the ability to see new solutions for old problems or old solutions for new problems. That is, to be able to creatively solve problems and identify opportunities. They also need to have the skill of being innovators. Innovativeness is the ability to make ideas come to life. Creative ideas have no value until they become a reality. And of course, they become a reality through people's ability to commercialize those creative ideas. Knowledgeable. You really can't be a successful entrepreneur without being knowledgeable about the business that you are attempting to start or become part of. The entrepreneur must have an intimate knowledge of what happens on the battlefield. And of course, this goes back to famous General George Patton and his famous marketing planning quote, or his famous planning quote: one tries to make plans fit the circumstances. The key to being a great entrepreneur is knowledge of the situation facing your new venture. You need to be flexible. Entrepreneurs understand that the ideas that they have worked in the past might not work in new situations, and of course, often ideas need to be modified over time to be successful and remain successful. We used to make the argument is this the fight that we want to take on? Entrepreneurs need to understand that sometimes their ideas were great ideas, but they do need perhaps to be modified to be commercially successful. Einstein's quote: the measure of intelligence is the ability to change. Of course, entrepreneurs need to have that mental courage. They need to believe in their convictions. And they cannot let the yeah buts dissuade you. You of course know who the yeah buts are. Those are the people who, when you present them with a new idea, say, yeah, but. Those are the yeah buts. Quotes: conviction is worthless unless it is converted into conduct. That is, if you really have a conviction that this is going to be a good idea, you have to be able to convert it into conduct. Do what you think is right. Don't let people make the decision of right or wrong for you. Own it. Boldness. Dare to try something new. Decisiveness is a key trait. Accept the challenge so you may feel the exhilaration of victory. Another General George Patton quote. General George Patton, of course, was one of the famous European theater generals during World War II. The Henry Ford quote, "There is no disgrace in honest failure, but there is disgrace in fearing to fail." All great entrepreneurs know the facts. The realities and details associated with a new adventure are absolutely critical. The facts, ma'am, just the facts. Einstein's quote, "If I had an hour to solve a problem, I spend 55 minutes thinking about the problem and 5 minutes thinking about solutions." Understand all of the situation before you start to commercialize and spend money on your new product development. Lucky. When you're on a low roll, let it ride. However, when you're not on a roll, know when to fold them. Some entrepreneurs chase good money after bad money. That is, they continue to invest in an idea even though it clearly does not appear to be salvageable. Communication skills. Entrepreneurs are always selling something. They must be able to clearly communicate their ideas and convince others that they will be successful. A couple of quotes. Benjamin Franklin, if you would persuade, you must appeal to interest rather than intellect. And if you're trying to persuade people to do something or buy something, it seems to me you should use their language. Famous ad executive David Ogilvy. Nelson Mandela's quote, "It is wise to persuade people to do things and make them think it was their own idea." And of course, integrity. Integrity and trust bond business partners together. In summary, entrepreneurial success requires a diverse set of skills and characteristics. It is not one thing, it is a combination of many things that makes successful entrepreneurs. Good luck.